We're one take Jake in this. This is I Think You Should Leave season 3. Now, unpopular opinion. I love this. A lot of people, what I'm reading, Reddit, Twitter. I don't have Twitter, but where I'm reading, people don't really like this one. Not as much as the other seasons, but I think it's got some hitters. So we're gonna do a little tier list, just a little ranking. We're just ranking them. We're gonna start off here. This is the Back Away Banana Breath sketch. Now, this lady, my partner says, reminds her of my mom, and I have to agree. She's wonderful. This is a fun sketch. This is a very fun sketch. The joke being, of course, that she says a little joke at a HR meeting, and a couple people chuckle, and then that's all she's thinking about. She's getting shirts. She's asking people what size they are as an HR employee. Inappropriate. Anyway, this one, I'm putting it in the I wish I could be in this guy's brain tier list. It's okay. It's not bad. It's not bad at all. I don't dislike it. Maybe it's got a bush. What the hell? It doesn't make me laugh out loud, but I do enjoy it. Oh man. This is, I don't even know the name of the sketch. This is the one where he's on the phone the whole time. It's like DARMINE, or is that the DARMINE doggy door? I don't know what this one's name is. Burt Reynolds or something. Burt-tastic? I don't know. It's something like that. Bart. Oh, it's like Bart Farley. I don't know. Is Barley Tonight. Barley Tonight is a banger. This is, it's between You're a Rock Star and I Have Everything on the sketch. I always just look at it. It's the namesake. I think I gotta throw it up. I think it's at the end of this tier. This one's very funny. Him talking about how he's got medieval games. Obviously he's got a jousting game. Him having his mom tied up, and he's just talking about how he's like, she sent a picture. Like, no, it's just her tied up. This is a funny one. It's a funny one. And ABX heart monitor. This is an S tier. This is I Have Everything on the sketch. I always just look at it tier. This one fucking kills me. This one's so funny. him asking him if he's at the club when Tim Robinson's doing this goofy dance, and then I'm just texting back, I'm jacking off. It's so good. Honestly, I think I'd rather go to this sketch than this sketch. Anyway, no, classic banger. It's got the guy from the other 2 seasons in it. The charades dude. Colgate Comedy Hour. He's great in it. Rest in peace, Kim Kardashian. Probably the least funny part of the sketch for sure. But besides that, I think it's wonderful. This one, this is the one where the guy is talking about his kids, and he's like, oh, don't let me talk about my kids anymore. And then it pans over to Tim Robinson. He's like, okay. And then something's going down. This one's pretty funny. I think this is a rock star. You're a rock star. The sketch. It's here. It's one of these two. I'm putting it in here for now. Maybe I'll lower it if this upper tier gets a bit saturated. But there's nothing wrong with some funny sketches. I think this one's great. He's riding the dog. Dog gives him a blowjob. Okay. This is the one where he's talking about how he thought that like a volcano was erupting outside when he heard a big boom on the door, and then the lady next to him goes, "You know what? I wish I could be in this guy's brain. This tier right here." And then he goes and he's like, "I thought that pen was a little knife, and I thought that was a little pimp running around, and that was a body bag behind me." I think the funniest part of this sketch is just Tim's face every time he's looking at an object he's about to just say he thinks is something else. And for that alone, I'm putting it in his namesake tier. It's the C tier or I guess B tier. It's the B tier. I wish I could be in this guy's brain. I think it's funny. I think it's a funny sketch. This one, the DARMINE doggy door, top of S. Of everything on the sketch, I always just look at it. This one's fucking funny. The pig with the Richard Nixon mask was so terrifying the first time I saw it. I had no clue what I was looking at. That's funny. Him just going in an existential crisis at the end where he's talking about it's nothing he hoped it should be and everything he was afraid it would become, talking about his life and how he was hoping he would die so he didn't have to go to work tomorrow. Oh man, and just look at this little fucking face he has. That's when he's thinking about how he doesn't have to go to work tomorrow. Man, that one's fucking funny. This is Dog Bart Darley, Dog Fuck Darley. I don't know his name. This is going at the end of this tier. I think that it's so fucking raunchy. Just that the part where he's just talking about the cum and the dog and the dinner. It's just so like unexpected, especially the first time you watch it. That's what got everyone laughing when we were watching it. Besides that, there's not that much to it, but I think that part's just fucking, it's so gross. It's such a gross sketch. And if it was just like funny without being gross, maybe it'd be higher, but it's only funny because it is gross. I also like him at the end telling everyone to turn around and jerk off or something. I don't know. Dog ear one. This is, I think this is top of C tier, and this might be a controversial decision. I don't know how popular. You know what? No, this is going B tier just because it's got some quotables. You know, notable quotables of this one are, "I think I have permission to kill you now," or something like that. Whatever he says. And then just at the end, after he goes through this whole ordeal, he goes, "I really wanted 2 girlfriends," which just makes the second watch that much funnier, because now you know his friends are so supportive for this dude that's just trying to get another girlfriend. Like, they all know he already has a girlfriend, and they're all hyping him up to go on this date. Oh man, I wish I could be in this guy's brain for sure. The driving crooner, I have everything in the sketch. I always just look at it for sure. Another one that terrified us when we first watched it, because when he's just doing that little what and waving his little fingers without you seeing what's going on, it's fucking scary. Tim Robinson looks scary there. You can't look at that and tell me that's not scary. You could put that in like a horror movie of someone being possessed, and that's what that is right there. It was terrifying, but he really gets you with this one. Because the thing with I Think You Should Leave sketches, I feel like, is, you know, you start off, you're watching it, you're like, okay, and then they're doing their regular preamble, someone says something, and then it cuts to Tim, and you immediately know where it's going, but at the same time, you really don't. Because at the start of this, you know, someone's like, oh, like, you know, Tracy got a DUI yesterday, make sure you're driving home safe, and then it cuts to Tim, and you're like, alright, something's fucking happening, and he's talking about how, oh, I'll drive anyone home, you don't really know what's going on, and it's like the last thing you expect. But no, it's amazing. Him driving down, trying to find a way to make money off of it, getting pissed at the frat boys, thinking that one guy was going to rip the decals off his car, he's going to rip the fedora off his car, he's going to rip the cigar off his car, and him talking about how like a fish pushed him out of water when he was drowning as a kid or something. I don't know. This is a S tier though for sure. Another one, back to back. I'm telling you, it's a banger of a season. Egg sketch. The nude egg, hilarious. It might be You're a Rock Star, but I think the nude egg itself is so funny. The rest of it, you know, there's not much going on. I think Tim Robinson absolutely slamming his mouse across the desk is really funny. And I think him telling that lady that she's a rock star after she's like complaining that he doesn't do anything for her career is also funny. But I mean, obviously the best part is him just going like, I just gave it 1 egg and it said it was 40. And then he goes, it's got a bush? What the hell? But no, I quote it, it's got a bush all the time, man. That shit's crazy. No, I'm not looking at porn. It's a nude egg I won from my game. You should be able to look at a little bit of porn at work. Banger. Absolute banger. Top tier. Frankenstein's chick. I think I need to watch this one more. I'll admit, I've only seen the show maybe 3 times. Like this season maybe 3 times. This is one of the ones I feel like is going to really be funny on like the 15th rewatch. If that makes sense. It's always a couple. I think right now though, it's got a Bush tier. High, it's got a Bush tier. I think it's funny. I do think it's funny. I like his little dance, and I think I just slept with boom boom Frankenstein's chick. And also, it gets a leg up just for this actor. I forget his name. He's in all the seasons, for just getting absolutely, he's goose suited up here. Like, he's looking big. Good for him. Next up, I don't know, what is this one? Who's he pointing at? Oh. Okay. I could not figure out which one this is. This is the one. Yes, okay. This is the one where he has his fake friend, or he has like a friend group of like 400 or whatever. Not Tim Robinson, the other actor. But Tim Robinson's one of his friends, and he comes and grills him, and he squozes and he farts. I think that's the funniest part, is him squozing and farting. But personally, it doesn't do that much for me. This one doesn't go crazy for me. I don't even know if I'm gonna put one in here. I think I laugh at all these too much to put one in here, but we'll see. I mean, if there's gonna be one, it might be this one. I squoze and I farted, but it keeps it up though. So it squozes it up a tier. Jellytall. I wish I could be in this brain of Jellytall. I think it's funny how much he just really does not want to give this other guy a single hint. He talks about fingering. And I like the doink 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 at the end. I think that's funny. I like this one. I think it's funny. I think the dude, the guy that isn't Tim but isn't the guy that's getting made fun of, does a good job. This is the silent performer. I don't remember his name. I don't remember the name of the sketch, but he never talks. Its best parts are like the first time you're watching, maybe, and when he gets the $1 on the board because he talks, and the next time it cuts, it's like $47, and then the next time it cuts, it's like $127. Like, this man's going into debt. You can't do that. Like, you can't skip lunch. It's a funny one. It's definitely funny. He is a silent performer. His whole thing is, if he talks, he'll give you $1, right? Give everyone in the attendance $1 every time he talks. Why does he do that? Why doesn't he just not have that part? I don't know. Maybe people wouldn't show up. How expensive are tickets? Is he making money? I don't know. I don't know shit about this guy. I know the sketch is kind of funny though. And he has a hat that he's the only guy anyone's ever seen pull off. So this next one, this is the limo one. This is when he's in the like the sitcom taping, and he's talking about how like these watches are fucking scams, and he bent his wrist and there were 300 springs that broke everywhere, and like R&R limos is a scam, and they had a big black wall in between the limo, the front and the back of the limo, and someone with a Super Bowl ring was reaching under and grabbing ice, and the limo driver hugged his date, and his tux company was also a scam. I don't think they went into that one, but it has a wholesome ending. It's a very wholesome one towards the end. It's fun. I think my favorite part is Tim Robinson at the end, kind of like going through the motions of what happened, but when he's sitting down at the theater and he's just like got eyes closed going like I think that's funny. It's okay. It's a funny one. I'm putting it in it's got a Bush what the hell tier. Just for the record, anything above this line I laugh at like every time. I think all of these are pretty funny. I haven't put anything here yet. Metal Man might get there. I'm not sure. I think Metaloid Man it's got a Bush what the hell, but at the bottom. It just didn't get me. I got it quick. I like the metal. But post that, I don't know. Like, it's funny. I get it. He's trying to slide around, but he's slow and he's not fast. Maybe I just haven't got the quotes from it yet. I haven't got any notable quotables. But it's just not. This one just hasn't been for me. I love Sam Richardson though. I think he's funny. I think he's still funny in this one. But this is between these two tiers for me. Shirt Brothers. I think Shirt Brothers is in You're a Rock Star tier. And I don't even laugh out loud at it all that much. I just like it. I don't know. I just like this one. I like how the actor for the other Shirt Brother, Santa Claus, I like how he talks. I think he's very funny. I think him talking about ripping the Wright brothers off the ceiling, funny. I think that's funny. And him just going in a random classroom. The part that gets me laughing every time is when he goes and he's like, I don't know, I like went to the bathroom or whatever, and I came back and I just started checking doors to see if they were unlocked. Why was he just checking doors? Because there are no rules, I guess. I like how Tim Robinson's daughter just breaks into like a rap solo at the end for no reason. Like, it's not have anything to do with like the play musical that they're doing. It doesn't fit in at all. It's like not very good, but it's really funny. How like proud everyone is of it. I don't know. I like this one. I like the vibes. It's good vibes. It's just good vibes. You know, don't follow any rules. Patty Harrison's only sole appearance this season. I think she's funny in this. Rat Mom. It just doesn't have the quotables. I love Patty Harrison quotables. I like the Santa Claus one a lot from last season. The Santa brought it early. I don't know if that's last season or not. I like the Shark Tank one. I just think this one is probably in... It's got a Bush tier. Like, along with metal. It's not for me. I don't know. It's funny. I do like it. I like when she sprays all of the stuff in a cup, but she does it with like the spray bottle instead of just dumping it in. I like that she's just poisoning this dude's like cardboard cutout. I know that he got upset at her for bringing in rats, but like she is the rat mom, and you do have to appreciate that. And that her being the rat mom and her saying she's the rat mom keeps it out. And the song, tonight we go out on, night we go crazy. And, you know what? That brings it up for me. I forgot the song. The song's great. It's going right above Dog Fuck Farley. Right above Dog Fuck Farley. This next one, Pay It Forward. You're a rock star. I love this one. This one's hilarious. It's so short, but so sweet. It's Tim Robinson very kindly offering to pay for the person behind him food. And then he immediately just floors it, drives all the way around, yells at someone, gets in, orders 55 fries, 55 tots, 55 burgers, 55 shakes, 100 coffees, 100 sodas, 55 pizza, 55 chicken wings, 55 apple pies, whatever he gets, right? And then, first of all, he orders like 700 things. The total's like $600. Fucking, I want to go to this place. Are you kidding me? This man's getting a damn pizza for like 78 cents. That's crazy. But he does that. The guy in front of him gets pissed. Funniest part for me, one of the funniest parts probably, when the guy comes up and he does a little honk, he's like, what the hell's taking him up there so long? Like, fucking move on, buddy, or whatever he says. But he just sounds so funny when he says it. Then he gets pissed. The lady behind him hears that they're doing a pay it forward chain and immediately backs up and also orders 55 fries, 55 burgers, 55 shakes, 55 tots, 55 pizzas. And then, you know, Tim Robinson gets pissed, whatever. I love this one. I think this one's really funny. Absolute, you're a rock star tier. Will Forte, Ponytail. I like this more than I like the other Will Forte sketch from, I think it's season 1. I still think... No. I think this one's... It's got a Bush what the hell tier. I really think the cigars are really funny when he's just flipping through 60 pictures of cigars. And I think the picture of him just hanging crack with this ponytail all the way down is also really funny. Those keep it out of this tier. The rest of it, it's okay. Like, I accept it. I understand it. It just doesn't do a lot for me. He kind of scares me at the end when he's just slamming his fists on the ground maniacally. But that's fine. The wrestling one / wedding proposal, you're a rock star. If not, I have everything on the sketch. I always just look at it. It's up here. I think this one's really funny. I think Sam Richardson kills this one. I think the funniest part by far is him going like, I hope Buff Baby dies, whatever he called it. I hope Baby Duffy dies. I hope like this guy dies. I hope someone kills them. I hope someone kills Baby Duffy. And then he like flashes their address on screen. Oh man, that's good. That's a classic one. And the guy's penis popping at the end. Also, banger. I hate to do this to Fred Armisen, but this is nothing I hoped it should be and everything I was afraid it would become. This one just felt like Tim Robinson had a little sketch for him, and then Fred Armisen just performed it. And it wasn't the funniest sketch to me. I think that the old man looks really funny. I think it's funny that he's trying to get into street sets and that Fred Armisen... You know, this might just be because I feel like I need to put something in this tier, and this is probably my least favorite sketch out of all of them. And if I wasn't having this tier, it would also just be in this tier. But for now, this is it. It doesn't tickle my funny bone, but it's not bad. And I very much understand if you think this one's hilarious. I get it. The second part to Ronnie. We haven't even done the first part. Maybe we'll do the first part now. We'll do the second part after. I don't feel like these should be 2 separate sketches. I feel like this is so short to even call it its own sketch, so I'm just gonna put them together. They're both going into S tier. I think it's up there with the top. I think it's top 3. I'll put this at the end. I think him going down the zip line is so fucking funny, especially because you can see him do it in the background of the intro. Him saying that someone said that her face looks like a clock and that this other guy is a drug addict and Carlos is a hoe. Getting pissed at Mike, the zipline like manager instructor, and Mike's telling him he's like ripping it too hard or something. Tim Robinson was like, I like that you can drop into the water, but I don't remember. You know, like, I just have something really bad at home. And she goes, what? And he goes, I don't know. And then she goes, do you, like, what's going on? He's like, I just know I really do not want to be there. I have something that's not good. She was like, what is it? He goes, I don't know. It's a banger. It's a banger. Absolute classic. Instant. The first one of the season that I was just dying laughing at for sure. And the end where he's just going, aww. Really? Aww. This is the one where he fake splashes the water. I like this one. I think this is You're a Rock Star. This one's funny to me. This one's very funny to me. I like his little fake water bottle splash. I like his growls. There's a lot of growling in this season. I think this is the top growling episode though, where he's getting pissed at him. He ruined his orgy. I think his name is Rick. Rick ruined his orgy, and he's just upset. You know, he's mad. And then the guy splashes actual water on him, and he's like, "You got in trouble, but I didn't, because I didn't have any water in my cup." I think this is a funny one. I think just his face in this one is very funny. This is the VR one. You know what? VR one, it doesn't really do it for me either. I get it. I think it's funny. I don't think it's not funny. Like, I think it was funny the first time. I think the more I watch it, though, the less laughs. I think it's one of those ones where you kind of laugh at it the first time, and you don't do too much. I think him just forgetting to use his body, it's funny. I get it. I think it's funny. It's just not for me, I think. I think I would have wished a little something different. I'm not sure what I wanted out of it that was different, but this just isn't one I go and I think in my head, man, I really want to rewatch this one. Whereas every other sketch above this in my head, at some point I've been like, oh, I want to rewatch that one. These are the two where I'm like, I just don't really want to rewatch either of these. This is the one where he sticks the feather down his throat. I think this is You're a Rock Star. I think this one's funny. Because you can just, like I said, there's a formula to these episodes where you kind of can tell where it's going a bit, but you don't really know. But like a lot of them, you know, you see Tim Robinson, it cuts to Tim Robinson after someone says something, you're like, okay, it's gonna come eventually. What he's doing is gonna happen. This one, they do a cut where they show that he misses the, like, whatever item he's trying to grab that isn't the feather, and the second he misses that, it immediately like pays off with him just sticking the feather down his throat and throwing up and then getting pissed. I really like this one. I think this is a funny one. But that's it. That's my I think you should leave season 3 tier list. You know, a banger of a season. I know it looks like there's a lot of sketches down and it's got a bush what the hell, but this is the C tier, you know. It's okay to have some C tier sketches, and this is my 3rd rewatch. I wouldn't be surprised if most of these like move up a tier in, you know, a month or two. That's how the old seasons are too. They just some joke finally hits, you know. So don't come after me. Anyway, this is my I think you should leave tier list. I kind of want to go to Haunted House more than I want to go to Aqua.